I'm not even going to kick this video off with the regular introduction. I'm that annoyed yeah, I know I am angry at this result because I'm angry for two reasons. One, why do Liverpool go away? Why do they go out of the country, go for this second camp or whatever it is, or anything like that? They go out for this camp in Spain. It's meant to turn around the season or anything like that, or give them a bit more, reinvigorate the players and get them, so that don't have just 16 days off. I'd rather give them 16 days off, send them down the pub every day, have a good load of pints, because it's pretty much as useful as they'd be right now. It's absolutely unacceptable, the condition that these players have turned up in today. Now, I have to say, yes, Henderson is an exceptionally important player for us. He's obviously the club captain and stuff like that. Now, that is no excuse for the other 11 players that are on that pitch today to be given the performance that they are today. There's no creativity. There's absolutely no threat. There's no leaders. Why? Why is Lucas still getting in that defence? Why is he getting in that defence? Now, admittedly, Leicester would probably still get in and behind with Jamie Vardy. The way that they've been playing tonight, they would probably still get in behind us and ruin us like they have done tonight. 2 goals from Jamie Vardy so far. The game's not even finished, but I've started the video early because I'm pretty sure that this is going to be the abysmal performance that shapes us to be an outside the top 4 finisher. And it is just absolutely unacceptable. It is absolutely unacceptable. The target, if you don't hit the target of Champions League football, where are we going to be next season? Where are we going to be next season? It's just unbelievable. And they've just taken Mane and Lallana off for Moreno and Origi. Absolutely unreal. I thought Mane was probably one of it. He's trying. He always tries. But the people that are up there, how is Firmino still on the pitch? How is he still on the pitch? Emre Can, how are you still on the pitch? I can't believe it. It's just, this is absolutely unreal what I've seen. What I've seen from this. First half, right off. Complete car wreck. Unbelievable. I've completely missed out my second point as well, which is it's aimed towards the Leicester team. Credit to that Leicester team for turning up, putting in this type of performance today. But I had a feeling Ranieri gets sacked before the Liverpool game, and this happens. Why does this happen? Why does this happen? Jamie Vardy hadn't had a shot on target since something like the 17th of December. He wanders up, gets to the King Power, comes to Liverpool come to town, and it's absolutely raining goals for him. It's unbelievable. It's just poetic justice. It's poetic justice. Maybe a fair few of us, I don't know, maybe a fair few of us did get carried away in the fact that we had so much rest, but it took us out of the groove by the looks of things. That victory we got against Tottenham means nothing. Tottenham went on and won at the weekend 4-0 against Stoke. Okay, other teams have probably still got to play around us. Look, it's going to be a game of catch-up. We haven't got many games left in the season now. The target should have been Champions League qualification, and the teams all around us now are picking up results. You have Man City turning around a frigging performance against Monaco in the Champions League. That'll probably kickstart the rest of their season. Arsenal, who knows? They're still a pretty consistent side, and they, quite more often than not, get into the top 4. Man United will be buoyed by the fact that they've just won the EFL Cup in amazing style with an actual proven world-class striker who couldn't do it in the Premier League. He's too old. Have a look at yourselves, everybody who said that, and I wasn't the one of them that did. I didn't. I've always wanted to see Ibrahimovic in the Premier League, and I always hoped that he wouldn't do it for Man United, but he's doing it, and that's just the way it is. Coutinho's made it 3-1. Fantastic. Maybe we can go and kick on a little bit. I'll maybe add little bits to this video as it goes on. But I'm furious, absolutely furious. You have no excuse. The team has been abysmal. The team has been absolutely awful. To be in the position where we're 3-0 down against a team that was 17th in the table, champions or not, it's not acceptable. It really isn't acceptable. And I don't know what the answer is. I really don't know what the answer is. Origi will not. I don't know what will happen with Origi. He can't get picked. He can't get picked at all. He does play well. He's pretty much our only striker who's going to get in the team right now. And then you've got Sturridge, who on his day can make a difference. And you need difference makers. It doesn't happen often enough. We end up going with Firmino, who hasn't looked the best lately, but his work rate sometimes gets him out of trouble. The thing is with that, though, is that when you have games like this, you're going to need to maybe change your system a little bit. Now, obviously, second half, they've gone in they've went to like 3 at the back. They've taken off Mane now, and they've taken off Lallana, and they brought Origi and Moreno on. So does that mean that Moreno's going to go left back? I don't know. Moreno's that frigging fast. Why not put him on the wing? I've been screaming for Moreno to be put on the wing for the last 2 years. Why don't they just do it? And if they don't want to do it, sell him, get him out the club, because if he's not going to play consistently, get him out, put someone else there. Joe Gomez, something like that. Physical presence down there. Or turn him into a winger. That's what I've wanted for ages. I see that it would have potential, and it just isn't happening. It just isn't happening. I don't know what's going to happen. There's still quite a few games left of the season. It's abysmal. It's abysmal what has happened. I'm so angry. Nah, I think I'm done with this one. I'm absolutely done with this one. Regardless of how this match actually ends, regardless, it's an absolutely abysmal, shocking performance of a team that has so much promise, delivered so much in terms of results at the very start of the season, and then since then it just looks like, since about maybe December, it just looks like teams have found out how to play against Liverpool, and we don't seem to have a second or third way of playing. We really don't. We rely so much on our players like Mane, like Coutinho and such like that. There is no other way of playing. There really isn't. And it looks like a lost cause right now. It looks very much like a lost cause. Looks like we are going to have to fight and scrap for every single point that we can get to even try and get into Champions League places. We're going to have to really fight very hard. And I don't think we've got the players to do that. I really don't. I still believe in Klopp. There's no reason why I don't believe in Klopp. I just think that, again, he's going to have to overhaul some players and get some out there. He's going to have to bring in some players. He's actually going to have to make a statement with a goalkeeper and bring in someone who's actually going to do a good job. I'm not blaming Mignolet and stuff like that for the goals tonight. The defence has got a lot to answer for. He's got to get better defenders in. This brings me to another point, actually. No, because Sakho made his debut for Crystal Palace at the weekend, and he put in what they called a commanding performance. What could we have done with tonight? A commanding performance from a very, very good defender. Yes, I know he broke rules, or whatever it was, or he was disrespectful and everything like that. Let the man play, put him in the reserves for a little bit like you did, but let him work his way back. Didn't give him a way to work back. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up leaving because he's been disrespected himself. Now the player hasn't been given the chance to repay and actually say sorry with performances. The partnership I really wanted to see in the Premier League, and just in general for Liverpool, was Matip and Sakho. Imagine that. Sakho gets injured, you got Lovren to step in. Or you're going with Lovren, you got Sakho to step in. Worst case scenario, Matip gets injured. You've got Sakho and Lovren, who played very, very well at the end of Liverpool's season last year. Got us very far in the Europa League. Both of them scoring in that Dortmund game. It always goes back to that Dortmund game in some way. They would have been awesome. Instead, we're having to rely on Lucas. Of all people. Most people didn't want to see it. Fucking glass. Most people didn't want to see him staying at Liverpool in general. They thought, nah, we've got Emre Can, we've got Wijnaldum and that. We didn't, we don't need him. If we didn't have him, we wouldn't have to friggin'... Well, you could have given Joe Gomez a shout. Why not? What's going on with Klavan? I really need to know what's going on with Klavan, because then I just don't understand it. I don't understand what's going on. I really don't. And it's really, really frustrating. We've got so much work to do. We're going to be the laughingstock of the Premier League for the next week until we take on Arsenal. And then we take on Arsenal, who haven't been on the best run of form themselves, but they've got better players than we do. So if Arsenal turn up one day, if they actually turn up like the Arsenal that can just rip through teams like a hot knife through butter, that's it. We're done. I think top 6 would then be our aim, which would be a disappointment. Yes, we only got, I think, 8th last season, right? We got 8th last season. We prioritised the Europa League over anything in the league. Fine, because we got to the final of the Europa League, and that could have been our avenue into the Champions League. We have no other avenue into the Champions League this year. We're not in the Europa League. We haven't been in any of the cup competitions for a little while now. January put that to bed. There's no other way into the Europa League. This is serious. This is damn serious, and it's very, very bad. Very, very bad. Because what could it lead to potentially if you were to think about things? Yes, we've got Coutinho and the likes of that committing themselves to the club. But if they don't get Champions League football and stuff like that, and I know we shouldn't be the type of club that are having to say, if we get Champions League football, we'll then be able to keep hold of our players. It's a very real thing these days. That's what players go for. That's the first thing that they ever want to do. It's just like, well, I'm considering this transfer to such and such because, I want to play Champions League football. It doesn't matter who the team is in the Champions League. Could be someone in the French League. Doesn't matter. And I can't really disrespect the French League at the moment because PSG and Monaco are smashing it. Yes, Monaco got a bad result in the end against City, but they proved that they are no slouches themselves, just maybe a little bit at the back. Fine. Players will do that. Players will go to other clubs in other leagues. Serie A, you've got the Bundesliga, you've got Ligue 1, you've got so many other, you've got so many other opportunities to get into the Champions League. They will go and do it. Our principal ones, the principal one is Coutinho, and to be fair, Coutinho doesn't always come good in a game. If we're having a good game as a team, Coutinho has a good game. But if we're not, he very rarely actually pulls us over. He very rarely uses that quality that he has, even at his young age. He very rarely actually pulls the team by the scruff of the neck and actually pulls us over the line. Mane does a hell of a lot of our work. Now, I'm not saying Mane will just stay with us for one season and then just be like, all right, guys, I'm off. See you later. I'm going somewhere else and provide my absolutely blistering pace and technique elsewhere, which would be devastating. Then you've got Sturridge, who I don't know if Sturridge will be linked with anywhere to go, because he's not the oldest striker of all time, and he's still got a job to do. Can't get in the Liverpool team though. On his day, one of the most talented English strikers that we've got right now, probably underneath Harry Kane. It's unbelievable. We're in a shocking place right now. I'm not even going to analyse the game. We played absolutely shocking. Leicester deserved their victory. They deserved their victory for coming out fighting for once. I just don't understand it. They played like the champions they were last year. That's how they played tonight. They played unbelievably. They tore us apart. We deserved that. We as fans don't deserve it after obviously having to wait for 2 weeks to see your team play and then to have that happen. Well, we don't deserve that, but the team deserved that. The team absolutely deserved that, and I wouldn't be surprised now if you have to see some changes ahead of Arsenal. We have to see some changes, either changes to the system and players coming in and out. It's unbelievable. We have to have some changes. Get some actual defenders in defence. Matip is good, but he's not good enough on his own. He's really not good enough on his own. It's unbelievable. I'm devastated. I'm honestly, I'm devastated. We have been keeping so well with the top four. Even though we've been in 5th place, we've been keeping in touch with the top four so well points-wise. And our goal difference was pretty good. I think it's in line with Man City's now. It's not good enough, and it's an absolute disappointment. So that's it. I'm going to leave it there. Like the video if you've liked it. Subscribe if you're new around here. Thank you ever so much for listening through whatever this is, and I'll catch you later.